to Campbell, and I'm from North Louisiana. On a farm in North Louisiana. I'm a farmer. I'm a former teacher, and I am. But let me tell you how happy I am to be in New Orleans tonight. I just got off of Rachel Maddow. And I told her that I was running against John Kennedy, who's been everything but a Baptist preacher. I remember Mr. Kennedy when he was a liberal, and I went in his office one time. He had this huge picture of Earl Long. If y'all know who Earl Long was, that's Huey Long's younger brother. But he was a liberal. And Mr. Kennedy at that time, about 15 years ago, told me, oh, that was the wave of the future. It was going to be about African-American people and Hispanic people. And he said that was going to be his politics. Now, Mr. Kennedy has turned to the right. He's to the right of Newt Gingrich. I understand. And now he comes to tell everybody about how much money he saved the state of Louisiana. I don't know if you saw our ad tonight. We're on television, and thank y'all for helping me. We're on television. And to tell the truth about Mr. Kennedy, he didn't tell everybody. He's done a lot of business on Wall Street. He sold a lot of bonds up in in New York. And guess who's putting up the money for his campaign? The Wall Street people. Same old 76 that we talked about. John Kennedy he's always flip-flop. He's never going to be for consumers. He's always going to be for the people who have the money. The good news about Democrats is that we try to help people. There's an old saying that I've always used a long time. There's no wrong way to do the right thing. And when something's right, you just got to do it. One of my things that I have really done that I'm real proud of, I've taken on the payday loan companies in Louisiana. You don't see the payday loan companies in the wealthy part of town. You see them in the poor part of town where they absolutely take care, where they take advantage of people who can't help themselves. And it's a shame. We shouldn't have them in the state of Louisiana. Some states have run them out. They don't need to be in the state of Louisiana because they take advantage of people who really can't help themselves. I've also done a lot for schools in the state. Once we had a bill in the legislature to sue the tobacco companies. At that time we had Mike Foster was governor. Mike Foster was a plantation kind of guy. I owned a big plantation, and he wanted you to do what he said. Nothing more, nothing else. He didn't want to sue the tobacco companies. Well, I wanted to sue them because when we sued them, we've taken care of people at the hospitals forever with cancer of the lung, emphysema, high blood pressure. You knew that the tobacco companies caused this. We sued them, and we got $4 billion. And I got $1 billion of that and created the Educational Excellence Fund. And today we have money going to all the schools in Louisiana, plus the Catholic schools, with the proviso that says that you can't spend this on the baseball, football, or basketball. So I can tell you something. When I go to Washington, I am going to fight for women's equal pay. I know that you cannot starve prosperity out of people. You can't do that. People cannot make it on $7 an hour. That is ridiculous. I want to make money where they can spend money rather than hurt the economy. It'll actually stimulate the economy. When people have money in their pocket, they'll spend it. Business will do better when people make $10 or $11 an hour than they will if they make $7 an hour. I'll tell you the worst thing that's happened down here, that's happened through the years because you've had too many politicians that wear tap dancing shoes. I want to do something about the coast. I know, and you know, that when oil companies drill off our coast, they cause some coastal erosion. Now, I'm not saying they ought to have to pay for it all, but I know you know this. If someone comes through your backyard and they tear up your backyard, you're going to expect them to pay for it. So why in the world would we let oil companies that have drill canals, and the canals have got bigger and bigger and bigger. We've lost 500,000 acres of land. Why doesn't it make good common sense to sell these people? Whatever you've torn up, fix it back like it was.
That's right.
So these are three things that I'll be fighting for. I am not about to privatize Medicare. I support Social Security. Let me tell you what it is to deal with Democrats. I want you to think about this. This is a little history you probably, some of you won't remember, but this is what's really happened. Democrats was the first one to come up with Social Security. Republicans were against it. Democrats created the minimum wage. Republicans were against it. After World War II, the Democrats came up with a great idea of the GI Bill. Many of your parents went to college on the GI Bill. Yeah. They got educated, they made more money, paid more taxes, and improved the whole country. Yeah. They were against that. In 1965, Lyndon Johnson was president, and he thought people ought to have Medicare. Well, all the people around the country, there was a doomsday. Even Ronald Reagan was making speeches against Medicare, saying it was going to be the ruination of the medical profession. Now, I can tell you this. I'm at the age, I'm on Medicare. And you can be as wealthy as you want to be. Without insurance, if you go to the doctor or the hospital, within weeks you're bankrupt. So things like the Affordable Care Act, I'm not about to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Affordable. I have a son named Peter who's a neurosurgeon, and I asked Peter, I said, Peter, what do you think about the Affordable Care Act? He said, Dad, let me tell you about that. It's a lot more good than bad. There's some bad things about it, but you need to fix it. If you repeal it, we'll never get it back. So don't look for me to repeal it. We've got about 3.5 weeks to this campaign election day. I certainly hope that y'all will talk to your folks, your friends, your neighbors, and get out and tell them to go vote. We have a real good chance. We have, and I'll just be honest with you, the last 5 days, we've raised over $1 million. We've raised it for people all over America who are thinking like you, saying, look, we've got a chance, we can get another senator up there, and when they come from some things like privatizing Social Security, you'll have somebody to stand up for you. When they come to and say that women don't need to make the same thing as a man, I'll be there fighting on your side. So we need somebody strong. I've been that way in the legislature, I've been that way on the Public Service Commission, and I'll be that way in Washington. I want y'all to know that when you come to Washington, you come by my office, I'll tell you, you said I met you in New Orleans, you can come in, I'll buy you a hamburger. Thank you so much.